In 2016, a young German adventurer named Andrej Ciesielski embarked on a daring journey to climb one of the world's most iconic structures, the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt. Known for his urban exploration feats, Ciesielski's ascent was both dangerous and illegal, given Egypt's strict laws on climbing the ancient monument. Yet, despite the risks, Ciesielski successfully climbed to the top of the pyramid, capturing breathtaking photos and videos of the surrounding landscape. However, his adventure became more than just an adrenaline-fueled escapade when he made a peculiar discovery: strange bricks placed alongside the pyramid's larger stones near its summit. These unusual bricks, distinct from the rest of the pyramid's ancient construction, sparked curiosity and speculation about their origin and purpose. Could they be part of a modern restoration effort, or do they hint at something more mysterious? Ciesielski's discovery of the strange bricks near the top of the pyramid adds a new layer of mystery to this ancient structure. While the majority of the pyramid is made from massive limestone blocks, meticulously cut and fitted together, these bricks appeared different in both size and texture. Their placement among the larger, ancient stones raised questions about whether they were part of the original construction or had been added at a later date. Andrej Ciesielski's decision to climb the Great Pyramid was driven by his love of adventure and exploration. Despite knowing the risks involved, including the possibility of arrest or injury, he carefully planned his ascent. With a GoPro camera in hand, he began his climb in broad daylight, undeterred by the watchful eyes of security guards or the Egyptian authorities. As he neared the top of the pyramid, the view became more striking, with the vast desert stretching out in all directions and the bustling city of Cairo in the distance. However, it was during this final stretch of his climb that Ciesielski noticed something strange: bricks that did not match the ancient stones around them. These smaller, more modern-looking bricks seemed out of place on a structure that had stood unchanged for thousands of years. Intrigued by the discovery, Ciesielski took several photos and videos of the bricks, capturing their odd placement among the pyramid's massive limestone blocks. His images, later shared on social media, sparked widespread interest and speculation, with many wondering what the presence of these bricks could mean. There is little documentation to confirm whether these specific bricks were part of an official restoration project. Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities is responsible for overseeing the preservation of the country's ancient monuments, and while they have carried out repairs on the pyramids, the exact details of every restoration effort are not always made public. It is possible that these bricks were placed during a lesser-known restoration phase or added to stabilize a portion of the pyramid that was damaged. Another possibility is that the bricks were placed there by individuals unauthorized to make alterations to the pyramid. Throughout history, the Great Pyramid has been the subject of vandalism and unauthorized modifications, from ancient tomb robbers to modern-day adventurers. Ciesielski's discovery has fueled speculation among those who believe that the strange bricks may hold a deeper significance. Some theorists have proposed that the bricks could be evidence of a cover-up or hidden modification to the pyramid, suggesting that they may conceal a secret chamber or entrance. The idea that the Great Pyramid contains undiscovered rooms or passages is not a new one, as modern technology such as thermal scanning has revealed anomalies within the structure that have yet to be fully explained. Shortly after Andrej Ciesielski's daring climb of the Great Pyramid and the discovery of the strange bricks, people uploaded his footage and photos to various social media platforms, including YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. The video captured stunning panoramic views from the top of the Great Pyramid and provided a close-up look at the mysterious bricks that had piqued his curiosity. For a brief moment, his adventure captivated audiences worldwide. Urban explorers, history enthusiasts, and conspiracy theorists alike were drawn to his discovery, sparking debates about what these peculiar bricks could mean. However, not long after the video went live and began gaining traction, something unusual happened. The footage started disappearing from multiple platforms. Several of the most popular social media sites, as well as certain websites hosting Ciesielski's video and images, began removing the content without explanation. Viewers who attempted to watch the video were met with broken links, video unavailable messages, or vague claims that the content violated terms of service. This sudden removal sparked widespread speculation, and further deepened the mystery surrounding Ciesielski's climb and the strange bricks he had uncovered. The removal of Ciesielski's video from social media platforms raised immediate suspicions. People began to question whether the footage had been deliberately censored or taken down at the request of an official entity, such as the Egyptian government or a private organization connected to the Great Pyramid. After all, the Egyptian government has long enforced strict laws regarding access to and preservation of its ancient monuments, and climbing the pyramids is illegal and punishable by severe fines and imprisonment. It is possible that Egyptian authorities pressured social media platforms and websites to remove the footage as it documented an illegal act. However, the rapidity and widespread nature of the removals left room for other interpretations. The fact that the video wasn't just removed from mainstream social media platforms, but also from lesser-known websites that had featured the content raised eyebrows. Many started to wonder if there was more at play, perhaps a coordinated effort to suppress information about the strange bricks Ciesielski had documented. Some speculated that the footage had uncovered something that certain parties did not want the public to see, whether it was related to modern restorations, undisclosed modifications, or even the long-standing mysteries surrounding the Great Pyramid's purpose and construction. The swift removal of the video fueled a range of conspiracy theories, particularly among those who have long believed that there is more to the Great Pyramid than what has been publicly acknowledged. The disappearance of the video was seen by some as evidence of a cover-up, an effort by certain authorities or organizations to control what information about the pyramid is made public. According to this line of thinking, the strange bricks Ciesielski found near the top of the pyramid could represent something far more significant than a mere restoration project. One theory that gained traction was that the bricks might be concealing a hidden chamber or entrance, potentially one that had been discovered and sealed off by archaeologists or government officials without public disclosure. The Great Pyramid has long been the subject of speculation regarding its hidden chambers and passages, with some believing that it may contain undiscovered rooms holding ancient knowledge, treasure, or even artifacts of advanced technology. Given this context, the removal of Ciesielski's footage appeared to some as an attempt to prevent further scrutiny of this particular area of the pyramid. Scientists made a chilling discovery buried within the catacombs of Anubis. In 1897, a comprehensive map of several catacombs located at Anubis in North Saqqara, Egypt, was created by Jacques de Morgan, a mining engineer and archaeologist. It was during this mapping process that the first modern reference to a tombe de chien, also known as the Tomb of the Dogs, was recorded. However, the name itself proved to be quite an understatement, as the catacombs were later investigated in 2015, revealing an astonishing estimate of 8 million dog mummies that had once resided within these ancient burial grounds. This discovery not only sheds light on the remarkable significance of these catacombs from an archaeological perspective, but also highlights the deep-rooted connection between the ancient Egyptians and animals. During the exploration of the catacombs, which were constructed approximately 400 BCE, the primary passageway extended for a remarkable distance of 170 meters, equivalent to 560 feet, providing access to numerous interconnected corridors that stretched up to 140 meters, around 459 feet. It is noteworthy that the team's findings revealed a remarkable composition of the unearthed remains, with an astounding 90% consisting of canine creatures. In addition to dogs, the team also came across the presence of jackals, cats, mongooses, and foxes within the catacombs. The animals, a vast majority of which were seized by grave robbers and repurposed as fertilizer by industrialists, would have been presented as offerings to a deity. In particular, concerning the dog catacombs, it is highly probable that these offerings were intended for Anubis, the Egyptian god with the head of a jackal. Such an act was likely motivated by the desire for divine favor, seeking good fortune, or expressing gratitude. This practice outlined a profound belief in the notion of reciprocation with the divine, whereby these animals were revered and bestowed upon the gods. According to renowned archaeologist and Egyptologist Salama Ikram, each mummy discovered in ancient Egypt held significant symbolism, representing a gift given by a pilgrim to the god. In modern times, this tradition has transformed, as people now visit churches and light candles as a symbolic act. In ancient Egypt, the people had a strong and enduring commitment to their religious beliefs. As a testament to their unwavering dedication, instead of simply lighting a candle as an offering, they would present a mummy. This practice reveals the profound level of faith that existed among the Egyptian population as they sought the intercession and assistance of the god Anubis for a wide range of matters. From matters of the heart to requests for divine guidance, the Egyptian people exhibited a deep spiritual connection and fervent devotion to their religious customs. The team investigating the unsettling story of these dogs suggested that the animals were intentionally acquired specifically for the purpose of performing rituals. In their comprehensive research paper, the authors suggest that the probability leans towards the existence of numerous puppy farms situated in close proximity, specifically in the area of Memphis and its surroundings. These facilities likely served as primary sources for the majority of the animals involved in the study. Due to the absence of written documentation, the exact circumstances surrounding the burial of the dogs in the catacombs remain uncertain. There are two possible scenarios that could explain this phenomenon. Firstly, it is plausible that pilgrims would visit the temple and present a payment to have a dog sacrificed and subsequently buried as an offering. Alternatively, it is also conceivable that individuals had to acquire the dogs prior to their arrival at the temple and then proceed to perform the sacrifice and burial rituals themselves. Without concrete evidence, it is challenging to determine which of these scenarios is more accurate. The team states that although the lifespan of this creature might have been brief, its passage to the realm beyond was destined to be a positive one, with an eternal afterlife awaiting it. They further suggest that it is crucial to refrain from evaluating this discovery through the lens of modern sensibilities. By delving deeper into this matter, we can comprehend the significance of the creature's journey and the cultural context surrounding the animal's life. Anubis, the deity revered by ancient Egyptians, holds significant roles in their belief system. Not only is he associated with the sacred practices of embalming and funeral rites, but he also safeguards tombs and serves as a guide to the afterlife. Additionally, Anubis holds the esteemed position of being the patron god for lost souls and the vulnerable. Stemming from the jackal god Wepwawet, Anubis has been worshipped for countless ages. Anubis's representation can be observed on the tombs of Egyptian rulers from the earliest known period, the First Dynasty of Egypt. However, it is evident that Anubis had already garnered a devout following prior to this era, given that he was invoked on the walls of tombs for protective purposes. It is believed that his origins date back to the pre-dynastic period in Egypt, in response to the nuisance caused by wild dogs and jackals disturbing newly buried bodies. The ancient Egyptians firmly believed that a formidable deity in the form of a canine was the most effective guardian against scavenging canines. Thus, Anubis, the powerful god associated with mummification and the afterlife, emerged as the preferred supernatural entity to safeguard their deceased loved ones. In ancient Egyptian mythology, Anubis, the god associated with the afterlife, was often represented in two primary forms. One depiction shows him as a black canine, combining the features of a jackal and a dog, complete with pointed ears. Another portrayal presents him as a muscular man with the head of a jackal. The choice of the color black for Anubis was not based on the actual color of Egyptian dogs or jackals, but rather on its symbolic significance. Black, in this context, represented both the decaying nature of the human body and the fertile soil of the Nile River Valley, which symbolized regeneration and life. As a result, the powerful black canine image of Anubis served as the guardian and protector of the deceased, ensuring that they received their rightful burial rites and standing by them in the afterlife to facilitate their resurrection. Prior to the rise of Osiris in the Middle Kingdom, a prominent figure, known as the First of the Westerners, held a significant position. The title, First of the Westerners, indicated his role as the ruler of the deceased, as the term Westerners in ancient Egyptian culture referred to the souls who had departed to the afterlife, lying in the direction of the sunset. This individual symbolized the concept of eternal justice, aligning his association with this principle throughout his reign. Even after Osiris superseded him as the primary deity in this realm, the title continued to hold honorary significance for him. In ancient times, Anubis held different positions in the Egyptian pantheon. Initially, he was believed to be the son of Ra, the sun god, and Hesat, who was associated with Hathor. However, as the Osiris myth gained prominence, Anubis came to be regarded as the son of Osiris, the god of the afterlife, and Nephthys, who happened to be his sister-in-law. Anubis played a significant role in the realm of the underworld, making him one of the earliest Egyptian deities to be depicted on tomb walls. People invoked his protection for the deceased, and he was commonly portrayed attending to the body of the king, overseeing the rituals of mummification and funerals. In the afterlife, Anubis could be found standing alongside other prominent gods, such as Osiris and Thoth, during the weighing of the heart ceremony in the Hall of Truth. Anubis, an ancient Egyptian deity, is widely recognized as depicted with the head of a jackal and the body of a man. This iconic imagery is often portrayed in various positions, such as standing or kneeling, while holding the revered golden scales. These scales were pivotal in the judgment process of souls, as they weighed the heart against the white feather of truth. This symbolic act determined the fate of the deceased in the afterlife. Additionally, Anubis is closely associated with his daughter, Khebet, also known as Khebetche. Khebet plays a significant role in the Hall of Truth, where she compassionately provides cool water to the souls of the deceased and offers solace to those who have just passed away. This connection between Anubis and Khebet further solidifies his enduring responsibility as the protector of the dead and a compassionate guide for the souls navigating the realms beyond. The name Anubis is the Greek form of the Egyptian Anpu, which meant to decay, signifying his early association with the afterlife. During the early dynastic period and Old Kingdom, Anubis held the notable position of being the righteous judge of the soul. However, as the popularity of the Osiris myth grew, Anubis gradually assimilated some of Osiris's characteristics. Despite this, Anubis remained highly revered, which led to the integration of his character into the Osiris myth. In doing so, his previous background and parentage were discarded, and it was established that he was the result of a secret love affair between Osiris and Nephthys, making him their son. According to the narrative, an intriguing story unfolds where Nephthys, the wife of Set, is captivated by the mesmerizing beauty of Osiris, who happens to be Set's own brother. Although Anubis is widely depicted in Egyptian artwork throughout its rich history, he does not hold a prominent role in many mythological narratives. As the guardian and protector of the deceased, credited with inventing the mummification process, and thus ensuring the preservation of the human body, Anubis seemed to be occupied with his crucial responsibilities, which may explain why he did not actively participate in the types of intricate stories commonly associated with other deities in Egyptian mythology. Instead, stories about Anubis tend to align with the one Geraldine Pinch recounted earlier, emphasizing his role as the enigmatic guardian of the deceased. This emphasizes that Anubis's significance lies not in his involvement in expansive myths, but in his vital function within the realm of the afterlife. The unfinished obelisk and the mysteries of ancient Egypt. The unfinished obelisk, located in Aswan, Egypt, is estimated to weigh approximately 1,168 tons, making it significantly larger than any obelisk that was actually erected in Egypt, with the largest one weighing no more than 500 tons. There are a multitude of quarries in Egypt. However, the Aswan region was the favored source for granite. In fact, one of the earliest recorded supervisors of the Aswan quarry, a certain Hori employed by Ramses III around 1170 BC, played a significant role in overseeing its operations. It is worth noting that the red, grey and black granite obtained from this quarry was not only utilized in the construction of the pyramids and the Valley Temple on the Giza plateau, but its usage predates Ramses III's era. This remarkable stone was skillfully fashioned into the casing stones for the pyramids of Khafra and Menkaure, the substantial 70-ton lintels positioned above the king's chamber, as well as an assortment of sarcophagi, columns, and megalithic blocks scattered across the plateau and beyond. Interestingly, the casing stones adorning Menkaure's pyramid have stirred up some controversy. Through the application of an innovative technique known as optical thermoluminescence, Robert Temple and his colleagues concluded that these stones can be dated back to a period between 3590 to 2640 BC, considerably earlier than Menkaura's reign. This finding potentially supports the notion that the pyramids were constructed several centuries prior to the reign of King Menes, considered to be the first pharaoh around 3100 BC. Moreover, this revelation also pushes back the timeline of the Aswan quarry's existence, establishing its presence on a much earlier timescale than previously believed, as it was the primary source of the stone used in the construction of these ancient wonders. As of right now, many questions remain, and one that keeps being asked is how did they execute such a monumental task? To illustrate the technique employed in quarrying the granite, numerous diorite pounding stones are strategically scattered throughout the site. Diorite, only slightly harder than granite, served as the choice material for this purpose. Various engineers, including Egyptologist Mark Lehner, conducted experiments by pounding granite with diorite balls to gauge the time required for extraction. Estimates reached as high as 8 months to release the obelisk from its bedrock prison. However, engineer Christopher Dunn's calculations suggest that completing such a feat would have likely necessitated a significantly longer time frame, posing immense challenges to the laborers working under cramped conditions. Furthermore, beyond the extraction process, the obelisk had to be detached, raised, and transported to its final destination. A multitude of obelisks, situated not only across Egypt but also in other countries, continue to mystify researchers regarding their purpose and function. Nonetheless, the origin of these awe-inspiring monuments has been traced. Even the most rational engineers cannot help but speculate about the implementation of advanced machinery, as tangible evidence can still be observed at the site. On the other hand, some researchers propose that sound or intriguing sonic technology might have been employed to quarry, carve, and levitate these imposing stones. Another theory put forth by Chris Dunn is the existence of stone-cutting machines in ancient times. The peculiar tool marks present on a significant portion of the stone found within the quarry bear a striking resemblance to scoops of some kind. This particular style of carving, however, does not align with the known methods used to create diorite pounding balls. An expert named Chris Dunn has put forth a fascinating theory regarding these markings, suggesting that they may have been the result of a massive belt sander connected to a JCB or excavator-like device. While multiple theories exist to explain the origin of these marks, all we have remaining are the diorite balls, bronze chisels, stone implements, and an intriguing mystery yet to be unraveled. Marcus Allen, the esteemed editor of Nexus magazine in the United Kingdom, is well versed in the sophisticated technology employed by the ancient Egyptians. Drawing upon his expertise, Allen posits that the diorite balls might have served a different purpose altogether. He proposes that these robust balls could have been utilized for rolling and transporting large stones, leveraging their durability that surpasses that of granite. Their unique properties would allow for the even distribution of immense weight over short distances, such as when maneuvering enormous blocks near the banks of the Nile River, potentially onto nearby boats. This comprehensive exploration delves deep into not only the possible origins of the tool marks, but also the alternative use for the diorite balls, enriching our understanding of the advanced technology employed by the ancient Egyptians. This massive obelisk, believed to have been abandoned due to a visible crack on its surface, raises intriguing questions. Chris Dunn wonders why this perfectly prepared megalithic rock was never quarried or repurposed for future projects. Additionally, there are drill holes on the top surface, indicating the possibility of marking out a smaller obelisk. Interestingly, these markings also intersect with the aforementioned crack, which archaeologists suggest as the reason for its abandonment. However, it begs the question, why would they initiate the process of cutting out another smaller obelisk while aware of its existing flaw? Dunn proposes an alternative theory, suggesting that the crack occurred much later and that the monolith was left there long before its appearance, indicating abandonment rather than an immediate response to the crack. Delving deeper, the ancient Egyptian rituals and customs allude to the belief that obelisks possessed unique powers or spirits, which might have rendered this particular granite piece unusable. It is plausible that, due to its association with power and spiritual energy, the obelisk had to remain untouched in its original location. It is possible that this fact was overlooked, perhaps by the Romans, when they began marking out the smaller obelisk. Within the vast expanse of Egypt, a multitude of artifacts and structures bear witness to the existence of highly advanced technology, a subject that has captivated the renowned specialist Chris Dunn. However, it is worth noting that long before Dunn's extensive research, a British archaeologist had already made strikingly similar observations. Surprisingly, many may find it astounding to learn that for over a century, compelling evidence has existed, substantiating the utilization of intricate tools, such as straight saws, circular saws, and even lathes by the ancient Egyptians. This remarkable revelation sheds new light on the ingenuity and skill of this ancient civilization, challenging conventional notions of their technological prowess. This statement made by Dunn primarily focuses on the work of Flinders Petrie, an esteemed archaeologist who spent around 40 years in Egypt, starting from 1880. Petrie was the first to acknowledge that some form of machining was employed in ancient Egypt, attributing their methods to advancements that we are only beginning to comprehend. During the early 1900s, machining technology was still in its nascent stages, and it is only in recent decades that we have truly recognized the presence of modern-looking machine tool marks in Egyptian stonework. This realization leads us to ponder the possibility that the ancient Egyptians possessed a level of technological superiority that we have yet to achieve with our current advancements. As our technology continues to progress, it is probable that we will eventually gain a deeper understanding of the techniques they employed. However, when we marvel at the monumental Great Pyramid, the awe-inspiring obelisks, and the meticulous precision engineering evident throughout this remarkable civilization, the task of unraveling their secrets may prove to be a process that requires both patience and time. There is an alternative hypothesis that appears to be more plausible. It suggests that a solitary obelisk, of significant importance that warranted its massive size, was in the process of being constructed. Its location is particularly intriguing, as it is situated in the precise region designated to mark the lower boundary of Egypt. This obelisk served as both a geodetic and astronomical marker, integral to an extensive survey not only of Egypt, but also the entire circumference of the Earth. The mystery of Khufu's ship. After an extensive period of research and excavation, the dedicated team of scholars has successfully concluded the exhumation process for all the ancient relics belonging to the second Khufu ship, which were discovered in close proximity to the awe-inspiring Pyramid of Khufu in the majestic Giza region. Moving forward, the focus shall now shift towards the intricate processes of restoration and meticulous reassembly, ensuring the utmost care is taken to preserve the integrity and historical significance of this remarkable artifact. Once completed, the fully restored vessel will be proudly showcased at the esteemed Grand Egyptian Museum, awaiting the arrival of curious visitors. Egypt Today reports that this monumental task is the work of an Egyptian-Japanese archaeological mission, which was led by Sakuji Yoshimura, president of Japan's Higashi Nippon International University and honorary professor at Waseda University. On the Egyptian side of the project, there is Issa Zidane, the Director General of the Executive Affairs for Restoration at the Grand Egyptian Museum and the supervisor of the restoration process of the second Khufu ship. According to Zidane, the leading expert in archaeology, the team involved in the excavation process has successfully recovered a staggering collection of approximately 1,700 wooden fragments from a total of 13 distinct layers within the pit that housed the esteemed second Khufu ship. Gradually, the dedicated researchers have diligently worked on meticulously documenting and recording each of these remarkable pieces, alongside commencing their initial restoration procedures. Thus far, an impressive number of 1,343 fragments have been meticulously transferred to the renowned Grand Egyptian Museum, heralding the onset of the second phase of the comprehensive restoration process. As reported by Daily News Egypt, the Japan International Cooperation Agency has generously allocated a remarkable $3 million grant to Egypt. The purpose of this grant is to support the experts involved in the meticulous final restoration work and reassembly of the historic second Khufu ship. After the team has finished their thorough analysis to assemble the ship and all the necessary final restoration work has been completed, the second Khufu ship will be showcased alongside the first Khufu solar ship. This exhibition will take place in a brand new structure, currently under construction, specifically designed to house these historical artifacts at the Grand Egyptian Museum. The aim of this elaborate project is to provide a comprehensive and detailed display, offering visitors a deeper understanding and appreciation of these ancient vessels. Over the years, experts in the field have dedicated considerable time and effort to meticulously examine and study the ship, resulting in valuable insights and discoveries. A significant example illustrating this is the unearthing of metal hooks during the excavations of Khufu's second solar boat close to the iconic Great Pyramid of Giza in 2016. This discovery serves as concrete proof that the ancient Egyptians possessed a far more sophisticated level of technological prowess in boat construction than was previously assumed. According to a report, recent excavations near the Great Pyramid of Giza have uncovered a significant piece of wood that has provided fascinating insights into ancient Egyptian shipbuilding practices. This remarkable artifact has brought to light the earliest known evidence of metal usage in boat construction by the people dwelling along the Nile River. The archaeological findings have brought attention to circular and U-shaped metal hooks that were discovered within a boat fragment, which was originally unearthed back in 1954 by Kamal el-Malak, together with the well-known solar ship of Khufu. The presence of these metal hooks in the boat suggests a level of technological innovation and craftsmanship that was advanced for its time, shedding further light on the ancient Egyptians' skill and expertise in maritime pursuits. This discovery has significantly enriched our understanding of the history and development of shipbuilding in ancient Egypt. Both boats have remained undisturbed since the time they were interred in Giza. These remarkable vessels, commonly referred to as solar ships, were purposefully buried in excavated pits located in close proximity to royal burial sites. Scholars contend that these sacred vessels were utilized in elaborate funeral rituals, possibly as a component of the pharaoh's grand procession. Furthermore, they have been intricately linked to the ancient Egyptian belief in the transcendence to the afterlife. The preservation and unearthing of these ancient solar ships offer invaluable insights into the rich cultural and spiritual practices of ancient Egypt, shedding light on their profound reverence for the journey beyond mortality. The wooden artifact in question is characterized by its impressive dimensions, measuring 8 meters in length, approximately 25 feet, and boasting a width of 40 centimeters, around 16 inches. Additionally, its substantial thickness is measured at 4 centimeters. This remarkable piece holds significant historical value as it represents a groundbreaking discovery in the realm of ancient Egyptian naval artifacts. Notably, Mohammed Mustafa Abdelmegid, an esteemed official from the Ministry of Antiquities, highlights its unique nature as the first known example of an ancient Egyptian boat fragment that incorporates metal components. The solar vessel attributed to Khufu is not only one of the oldest, but also the largest boats from ancient times. With a remarkable length of 43 meters, or 140 feet, and a width of 5.9 meters, or 19 feet, it stands as a magnificent example of ancient shipbuilding expertise. This extraordinary vessel serves as a captivating testament to the craftsmanship of the past and the ingenuity of the builders who created it. The unearthing of ancient Egyptian boats is a relatively uncommon occurrence, although a handful of notable instances of these ceremonial vessels have been documented. The revelation and analysis of these artifacts have provided valuable insights into the construction techniques employed, revealing striking similarities to the shipbuilding methods employed for navigating the Nile. This in-depth exploration of these ancient boats has significantly enriched our understanding of their construction methodologies and shed light on the intricate processes involved in their creation. The Valley of the Golden Mummies. In the year 1996, a remarkable and astounding find took place in Egypt, leaving archaeologists in awe. During the excavation, a vast necropolis spanning an impressive 2 square miles was unearthed, revealing a collection of significant tombs hiding within its grounds. Delving further into the site, a staggering revelation awaited the explorers. 4 of the tombs, upon their discovery, contained a total of 105 mummies, meticulously preserved throughout the ages. What made this discovery even more extraordinary was the presence of exquisite golden masks adorning many of these well-preserved mummies, earning the name Valley of the Golden Mummies for this sacred cemetery. However, this initial finding was merely scratching the surface, as experts believe that the necropolis potentially harbors a staggering number of up to 10,000 mummified individuals in its hallowed grounds. The mummies, which were found at Bahariya Oasis, situated approximately 380 kilometers west of the pyramids, were unearthed by the renowned archaeologist Dr. Zahi Hawass and his team. Interestingly, the discovery of these mummies occurred in a rather fortuitous manner. It all began when a guard named Abdul Magood was engaged in a pursuit of a donkey, which unexpectedly plunged its leg into an unexpected hole in the ground. Curiosity piqued, Magood decided to take a closer look through the opening and was astounded to witness a mesmerizing sight, the shimmering glimmer of gold in the distance. Realizing the significance of this profound find, Magood knew that further investigation was necessary. However, the local antiquities inspectorate at the Bahariya Oasis lacked the means to undertake such an intensive excavation. Driven by a desire to unearth the full extent of this captivating discovery, Ashri Shaker, the director of the SCA office at Bahariya Oasis, reached out to Dr. Hawass. The esteemed archaeologist, although currently occupied with his excavations at Giza, recognized the importance of this endeavor and proceeded to entrust the preliminary survey of the area to the Antiquities Inspectorate. This initial assessment yielded remarkable results, leading to the unearthing of 4 tombs. Determined to delve deeper into this historically significant finding, Dr. Hawass made the necessary arrangements to join the expedition, allowing for a comprehensive and meticulous excavation to take place. This expansion of the excavation not only enabled a more profound understanding of the mummies, but also facilitated a deeper exploration into the cultural and historical aspects associated with them. Dr. Hawass and his team made a remarkable discovery when they unearthed 4 tombs from the year 332 BC. Inside these tombs, a total of 105 mummies were found, each belonging to one of 4 distinct categories. The gilded mummies discovered in the area were believed to be the most affluent individuals, likely comprising merchants and their families. This assumption is supported by the presence of gilded masks and chest plates adorning their mummified remains, luxury items that would have been beyond the means of the majority. Another type of mummy discovered had a distinctive appearance, being wrapped in linen and adorned with painted cartonnage on the head and upper body. The intricately painted eyes on these mummies were so realistic that they caused some excavators to feel unsettled. A third variety of mummy was found enclosed in an anthropoid coffin, a pottery coffin featuring a decorative human face. Lastly, there were linen-wrapped mummies, noticeably lacking the same level of craftsmanship as the others. These mummies were likely individuals from the lower social strata, reflecting their inadequate resources and status within society. The presence of these various mummy types offers valuable insights into the socio-economic diversity and cultural practices of the region. During the excavation process, an interesting discovery was made: the presence of family burials. In certain cases, entire families were found laid to rest together, a poignant testament to the close bonds that existed even after their passing. These family burials included what appeared to be mothers, fathers, and children, seemingly reunited in eternal slumber. An intriguing find was the burial of a female mummy, positioned with her head turned affectionately towards a male mummy, presumably her loving husband, symbolizing their enduring connection. The attention to detail in these tombs was remarkable. Masks and gilding were present, showcasing the elaborate craftsmanship of the time. The masks contained intricate religious drawings and depictions, further highlighting the importance of spirituality in ancient Egyptian culture. The faces portrayed were meticulously carved, capturing the individuality and uniqueness of each mummy. Apart from the mummies themselves, the excavation team, led by Dr. Hawass, unearthed a plethora of fascinating artifacts. These artifacts provided a glimpse into the daily lives and adornments of the deceased. Pottery, bracelets, earrings, and coins were among the discoveries, each telling its own story. The diverse materials used in the jewelry, such as silver, copper, bronze, faience, and ivory reflected the wealth and variety of resources available during that era. Of particular interest were the clay statuettes depicting women as mothers, symbolizing fertility and the nurturing role they played in society. These statuettes served as tangible representations of the desire for continued prosperity and the perpetuation of family lineage. Additionally, the tombs housed statues of mourners, meticulously placed to forever mourn the passing of the deceased. These statues were a poignant reminder of the enduring grief and the communal respect for the deceased among the ancient Egyptians. Among the smaller artifacts discovered were delicate glass vessels. The cemetery has yielded a staggering number of over 200 mummies since its initial excavation. Although the lack of inscriptions poses a challenge in identifying each individual mummy, this remarkable discovery has shed significant light on the Romanized Egyptian culture and their intriguing burial practices. The varying methods of mummification observed underscore the social status from which each mummy originated, while the intricate details found on their masks and gilding testify to the meticulous care taken in ensuring a dignified and proper burial for the deceased. It is truly astonishing to think that had it not been for a fortuitous event in 1996, when a donkey fell through the sand, these captivating mummies could have remained concealed beneath the ground indefinitely. Contemplating the vastness of ancient civilizations, it becomes evident that there is an abundance of yet undiscovered treasures, possibly lying just beneath the very surface we tread upon. This realization further deepens our appreciation for the rich and enigmatic history that surrounds us. The mystery site of Cleopatra. The life and demise of Cleopatra were filled with such vivid and extraordinary events that they nearly border on the realm of fiction. This remarkable aspect of her existence did not go unnoticed by renowned literary figures like William Shakespeare, who showcased her story in Antony and Cleopatra, and George Bernard Shaw, who explored her relationship with Caesar in Caesar and Cleopatra. Throughout the course of centuries, Cleopatra has continued to captivate the minds of numerous artists and creators. Her influence spans across various forms of media, including film, stage plays, opera, and in more recent times, she has managed to attract new audiences through television, advertising, and even video games. Currently, there is an exciting development that has reignited the optimism surrounding our quest to uncover the long-awaited burial site of Queen Cleopatra, the renowned final ruler of ancient Egypt. However, we must first delve into the captivating life of this influential figure and explore the intriguing possibility of her active involvement in shaping her own historical narrative. Queen Cleopatra, whose exact resting place has eluded scholars and archaeologists for centuries, is now the subject of renewed interest and research. Her legacy, which continues, it is widely held that Emperor Augustus granted permission for Cleopatra to be interred alongside her partner, Mark Antony, which brings to light the perception of her, even among her adversaries. Additionally, it can be reasonably assumed that, in accordance with her esteemed position as a pharaoh, both Cleopatra and Mark Antony underwent the process of mummification, a preservation technique that involves desiccating the human remains to prevent decomposition. This practice, prevalent in ancient Egypt, emphasizes the reverence and significance attributed to their roles as rulers. The decision to allow her children to be spared and raised as Roman citizens further underscores the intriguing and complex narrative surrounding Cleopatra's legacy. By exploring these historical details, we gain a deeper understanding of the multifaceted nature of Cleopatra's life and the prevailing attitudes towards her. The process of desiccation, which involved removing most of the internal organs without damaging the external appearance of the cadaver, was accomplished through the generous application of a salt-like compound known as natron. This substance was chosen for its exceptional hygroscopic properties, enabling it to efficiently absorb moisture from the body. To ensure that the external appearance remained intact, certain measures were taken. For instance, the brain was carefully extracted through the nostrils to prevent any disfigurement, while a discreet incision was made on the side of the body to remove the internal organs, excluding the heart, which the ancient Egyptians believed held the key to the afterlife. This meticulous embalming process could last up to a staggering 70 days, involving painstaking attention to detail and precision. These vital organs were traditionally handled in two ways during ancient Egyptian burial practices. One method involved carefully placing them inside canopic jars, which were then interred alongside the deceased. Alternatively, the organs were preserved externally and then reinserted into the body cavity. Following these procedures, the body would be meticulously swathed in linen bandages. It would then be consigned to a final resting place within a tomb, accompanied by a collection of possessions deemed important for the afterlife. The exact whereabouts of Cleopatra's tomb has been a subject of debate among experts. Initially, there was a belief, proposed by renowned Egyptologist and former Minister of State for Antiquities Affairs, Zahi Hawass, that her tomb could be found just beyond the borders of ancient Egypt's bustling capital, Alexandria. According to this theory, Cleopatra's final resting place was thought to be beneath the Taposiris Magna Temple, which is more commonly referred to as the Great Tomb of Osiris. In 2019, the credibility of Hawass's claim was further reinforced when additional evidence emerged. This evidence came in the form of significant findings made by Dr. Kathleen Martinez, an Egyptologist and minister counselor in charge of cultural affairs at the Dominican Embassy in Egypt. These findings included the unearthing of mummies, as well as the discovery of intricately crafted figurines depicting the goddess Isis and coins adorned with the images of Cleopatra and Anthony. These discoveries occurred in close proximity to the previously mentioned tomb site. Interestingly, a surprising twist occurred when Hawass retracted his previous hypothesis regarding the location of the tomb. Initially, he had put forth the idea that the tomb was situated beneath the Great Tomb of Osiris. However, he later claimed that ancient Egyptians utilized temples primarily for religious worship and not as burial grounds. In early November 2022, Kathleen Martinez made an intriguing announcement regarding the discovery of a significant underground tunnel, approximately 6 feet tall and running about 43 feet beneath the esteemed Great Tomb of Osiris. This remarkable find, stretching for almost a mile, has sparked speculation that it could potentially serve as the elusive entrance to Cleopatra's tomb. However, it is important to consider an alternate possibility, as there is evidence suggesting that this tunnel might actually be an aqueduct, resembling the dimensions of the Tunnel of Eupalinos, an ancient 6th century BC aqueduct located in Samos, Greece. Furthermore, it is worth noting that a part of the temple tunnel appears to be submerged beneath the mysterious depths of the Mediterranean Sea. While this submerged portion does not discredit the potential connection to Cleopatra's tomb, it does add an enigmatic element to the discovery. The presence of localized artifacts, previously mentioned, lends credibility to the belief that there may indeed be some truth to the notion of a figurative light at the end of the tunnel. However, it is essential to acknowledge a small caveat regarding this finding. While the exciting prospect of uncovering Cleopatra's tomb remains enticing, further investigation and exploration are necessary to ascertain the true nature and purpose of this tunnel. The comprehensive examination of related facts and careful analysis of any future discoveries will undoubtedly contribute to enriching our understanding of this fascinating archaeological endeavor. Dr. Martinez openly acknowledges the cunning intellect exhibited by Cleopatra, affirming that she managed to outsmart everyone by ensuring that her and Mark Antony's mortal remains were concealed from the Romans and their descendants for all eternity. Cleopatra's intelligence is undeniable, as she possessed the remarkable ability to converse fluently in 9 languages, along with a deep understanding of politics and mathematics. Furthermore, she skillfully formed alliances with some of the most influential figures in the ancient world. However, Cleopatra's astuteness extended beyond her intellectual prowess. She carefully crafted a desired perception of herself during her lifetime, aiming to be regarded as a beautiful deity. So, what do you make of these Egyptian mysteries? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comments section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.